What's the U.S. election, presidential election, really about? Outrageous bald spot cover-up attempts, speculation that somebody may have a neurological degenerative disorder. The oldest presidential campaigners in history, 75 for Bernie, 70 for Trump, 68 for Hillary. Scandals involving breast milk, semen, sex with underage partners, birther controversies, the need to raid other countries to replace a population that isn't having enough children anymore, and not wanting to bring these people in, even though you have to, making millions of dollars and exercising control over countless numbers of other people, and then having nothing really to show for it in the end. Narcissism. An inability to grow up psychologically, and a deathly fear of growing old and dying physically. I think this election is all about youth. A common denominator of all of these scandals and outrageous displays and things that nobody really ever talks about explicitly is youth. The failure of our society to say, after a certain point, the American dream becomes hollow. If you come from a country where it's war-torn and poor, sure, America looks good to start with, but after 2 or 3 generations, if you've built up your multi-billion-dollar empire, or sold drugs, or built ugly hotels, sold flesh and gambling to work your way to the top, what do you really have to show for it in the end? What is there beyond sex with a supermodel or a resort where you can do things that people don't approve of in the rest of society? Isn't what youth really what these people want, what they're going through all these rituals for, what they're failing to obtain, what they're failing to even pursue and lay out in any way that society can have hope for the future, that someday we might be healthier, that we might stay younger longer, might live long enough that raising children won't take up all of our lives. You don't have to spend and borrow and dig your way into debt on a student loan that's bigger than your mortgage on your house. This is the real issue. We need a means. We got to collectively get together and say, look, we don't like getting old. These candidates don't even like getting old. Maybe they don't have the psychological makeup to say it and pursue it and even accept it if it were right there in front of them, because they're so psychologically warped and damaged from the years of being told that they're useless if they can't kick the crap out of anybody else around them. That's the only way they can buttress their sense of self-worth. And those are the people who get to the top. And they're going to have to say, those aren't worth having as leaders anymore. We have to recognize that after a while the dream becomes about just being healthy.